And we're live. Hello. This is author Tumeki Griffin from Hampton, Virginia, with my great co-host, the Fitness King. Hello, Chris.
What's going on, Tumeki? How are you?
I am fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous.
Cool. You ready for the night?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Hard drive, huh?
Yes, hard drive. I tried to wear something as red as I could, but the closest I could get was hot pink.
You good enough. That's good enough.
Thank you. Hello, everyone, for joining us tonight. We won't, you know what? I'm not even going to tell that lie.
What?
Because every time I say we won't be before you long, man, we just start yapping. I guess you can say we start blabbing at the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what you want to start off talking about?
Letting go of things that you keep in your heart that's weighing you down. You know what I mean? Whether it's relationships, family members that you had issues with. You know what I mean? Just let stuff go, so it won't block you from. People say your blessings, which is true, but it won't block you from your mental focus as well. So sometimes when you hold stuff in, you tend to your mental focus is a little off. You know what I mean? When sometimes, so to speak. So it's about letting stuff go. You know what I'm saying? And just showing love.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let it go and show love. That's all. Regardless of what people do to you, or how they treat you, you let go and you show love. Because the universe will give it back to you.
Amen. That's amazing that you would say letting go, and you chose a powerful name for this too, because that heart thing, man, holding stuff in can really kill us. It can kill us emotionally. Just kill all of our dreams if we keep holding that on. Just letting that poison continue to stay in our bodies. Because I am a storyteller, I like to share a story if you don't mind. Okay. Well, for those of you who don't know anything about my history, I was molested as a little girl. I think it started at 5 years old, 5, 7, and 11. And for years, I thought I could handle that. So around 14, I started to change and become withdrawn. And as I progressed and got older and older, I got, cut this phone off. It got worse, but I thought I could handle it, And as a matter of fact, I didn't know what I was handling because I didn't know what was really wrong. I didn't know that was an issue. But long story short, I was leaving to come to Atlanta to attend the Art Institute for Fashion Design and Marketing. And before I left, Chris, I had this horrible fear come over me. And I felt like something was literally choking me. And
a little
I couldn't breathe.
You're okay now. Keep going.
Is Blab stalling? Do you see me stalling? Okay. So, but anyway, I felt like I was choking. And so I said, you know what? I was so afraid to leave my family, from their protection. And I figured out what was wrong with me. That molestation was on my mind because I had never moved out of the state. I have always been around family and friends. And before I left, I wrote on a piece of paper to my mother that, I was molested 5, 7, and 11. And that I was 23 years old. So I held that for 16 years. She could not figure out for the life of her why I was so promiscuous, because she didn't raise me to be that way. My daddy died when I was 16 years old, suddenly from a heart attack. He was just 42 years old. I'm 42 right now. That's young. So I was a wreck, and she noticed I had bouts with depression, fits of rage.
Right.
All of that comes from a child being molested. And so I'm telling you, once I let that secret out, my brothers were crying, my mother was distraught, and they just kept hugging me. And she knew it. She said, I know why you held that in, because me and your daddy would have killed him. We would have killed that man. And you can't protect us. We're your parents. We're supposed to protect you. And so when she said, after I cried, my whole, it's like this glow came back. That darkness had left. So I let that pain out of my heart. And so once I went to Atlanta, I was okay. And it was a blessing, Chris, because God showed me, had I dealt with that alone by myself,
right,
I probably would have committed suicide in my dorm room on Georgia State campus. Had I let it stay. So that's why it's so detrimental, so vital that we let stuff go. People are people. They're going to hurt us. Not saying that hey, can you hear me? It's stalling again, I know. But because I let that go, God has blessed me. So that's my little story, y'all. But you go ahead, Chris.
When you say let go, I think this year, the last 2 months has been, me and my brother haven't got along at all. Matter of fact, my other two brothers never got along with this particular brother of ours because of certain issues that happened with our mom. So I used to get real angry, and I told you about him before.
Right.
And so angry that I couldn't even write my books. I couldn't even write. I couldn't do much, you know what I mean? Because I know what things were going down at my house, my mom's house, that I didn't agree with involving my brother. But it took years for me to really. It's hard to embrace something if it's involving your mom that's not good for her. It's hard to embrace it, but sometimes you have to find a way to love the person anyway. Even though I don't agree with what he have done to my mother. I just have to let go, and almost be on a level of helping him out if I can, which I did about 5 weeks ago. So now he's driving for Uber. He can have a job for a while, and he got a new car now. But it was something that I did to help him get a new car. So I'm saying that we all get mad, we all get angry of what people do to us, or do to our family, or whatever. But sometimes, instead of getting angry and mad, and like you want to do something to take it out on the person, find a way to reverse that hate, that frustration, or whatever you can do to help that person out. It's not hard. I mean, it's not easy at all. It's not easy at all, because if that certain person says something to you, because if y'all close like that, you're gonna see them every so often. So if he says something to you out the way, you would think about the things that they've done the last 10 years. But I'm just here to tell people, let stuff go, and love, and if you can help people out that hurt you, it sound kind of funny, but anybody that really hurt you in the past, it depends on what type of hurt it was. If you can honestly reverse that and show love and help them out in a certain type of way, the universe God grabs onto that. The universe, the positive stuff you give out, when negative stuff is thrown at you, you need to know how to love back and keep moving. You know what I mean? Like I say, I wrote my book. It took me 2 years to write my book. But in between time, things, I mean, financially, and family issues, stuff like that. But I just had to let go of a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Even with my book on Facebook, with me and Tumeki talk about this a lot. Tumeki Free Stuff Again. That a lot of people on Facebook that I'm related to, friends, cousins, whatever, I found that a lot of them don't really like what I post. A lot of them haven't really bought my book. But, you know, and people say, well, your whole family need to buy your book. Well, it's not for my whole family. If you think about it, it's for everybody. You know what I mean? So I think people get frustrated when family don't support them in what they're doing. You know what I mean? So regardless of the fact, your audience and your people is the world. It's not in some small town out of Georgia or some small town out of Indiana or some small town out of Ohio. Your connected audience is the people of the world. So just letting go and not getting too upset or too frustrated of what people do to you. You know what I mean? So Tumeki just left right here. I think something wrong with her computer or whatever. But I'm gonna keep talking. So we're here to tell you, like, you know, just let go. Honestly, let go and just live. Because you cannot live your life until you let go. You cannot really pursue your dreams and let blessings come upon you until you really let go. You know what I mean? So that's it, man. You know, not that's it, but, you know, just focus on whatever. If anybody did something to you, this is my thing. If you got hurt by anybody, relationships, family, friends, whatever, if you got hurt and you feel the need to really shut them off, if you can somehow show love back to them, if it's feasible for you, sometimes you got to completely cut people off. I mean, completely cut them off. But if you can just show love to the people that hurt you, that's a deep thing. It's heavy. It's very heavy. You know what I mean? So, you know, just let go and live. And hey, Tumeki, let go and just live. You know what I mean? And life goes on with anything. I mean, people have been hurt and held things on for 10, 15 years. 20 people hold on to. My mom still talk about stuff, things that happened like almost like 40 years ago, before I was born. You know, she would mention stuff to me about what happened. And she just be making conversation, but it doesn't have anything to do with what's going on right now. You know what I mean? I used to tell my mom all the time when she brings stuff up, I used to tell her, look, Mom, how's that going to help me sell books? How's it going to help me write books? How's it going to help me get more clients in personal training? And I'm a fitness trainer, so I have clients for the training people as well. So people hold on to stuff for years, man. I mean, even my grandmother used to hold on to stuff. But she passed, bless her soul. I remember one time she brought up something that my father did, which is my mother brought up something my father did. My father, which that was her son-in-law. And she said something about my dad on her money years ago. My dad was dead at the time. I mean, he was gone at the time, but she brought up something about my dad on her money. She got and I got kind of ticked off that she was saying about my father. You know what I'm saying? Why would you bring it up and then bring it up in like a bashful type way, in a negative type way, like, you know, like almost like he wasn't nothing, you know, not he wasn't nothing, but like she always say stuff about my father to get up under my mother's skin.
Right.
Stuff like that. Cause she know my mother loved my father and my father he had died, you know, but see, people hold that stuff in and they will say certain things about people. And that's what people do to try to hurt you. I love my fact, this house right here I'm living in is my grandmother's house. She passed in 08, but I live here right now. And she was born in this house. So I love my grandmother dearly. But I'm just giving you an example that people hold stuff in all the time. You gotta learn how to let go and stop bringing stuff up that don't it's not helping you pay bills. It's not helping you feed your kids. It's not helping you be a better wife, a better husband, a better mother, a better father, a brother, sister, anything. You know what I'm saying? So just learn how to hold stuff. Don't even bring stuff up anymore. You know, right. I'm preaching to the choir because I have to still do that. You do not bring stuff up that they can't help you. Right. You know, whatever such and such did 2 years ago, last week. Don't even bring it up. Don't even mention it. Your mind should be in the forward mode, not in the backwards mode.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's very vital that we just let go and love, regardless of the fact. You ain't preaching nothing more. That's good to me. So that's about it to me. That's about it. But that's how I feel about letting go and keep moving on. You know what I'm saying? So it's so many things that distract us. So many things distract us. TV, relationships, family, anything that it distracts us from our mental focus.
Right.
It's almost like when you let go of stuff, like any negative stuff, it's almost like you do stuff effortless and you can think effortless. Almost like when Michael Jordan used to hit free throws with eyes closed. Or you just hit a free throw, period. All the fans making noises. That's the people that's in your mind that did something to you. The fans making noises. But what you gonna do anyway? You're gonna nail that free throw. You're gonna nail it every time. Every time, because nothing can get up on your skin unless you're allowed to.
Absolutely.
Nothing. You know what I mean? So just keep on, living your life, and like this tonight. If you got some goals and you want to get done, some dreams you want to get started, start tonight. Don't start tomorrow morning. Just start it. Do not hold it off. You know what I'm saying? Whatever been holding you down, whatever negativity been coming your way about your dream, whoever said, why you doing this? Because people sometimes are around people who say negative things about their goals, their dreams. And what we have to be careful of not telling people what our dream is or what we want to do. But yeah, Tumeki, that's, you want to go ahead and say some more stuff?
Well, I would like to say that I believe I fixed the problem. I had too many windows open up, and 2 blabs going at the same, So I thought I just knew I had lost, just messed up everything, but I'm learning.
Sometimes too many.
What were you going to say, Chris?
No, sometimes too many windows slow your computer up.
Yeah, so I fixed that problem. But I totally agree with you on that last thing you just said. You cannot tell everybody your dream. And because everybody's not going to be happy for you. That's just, and it's sad to say that sometimes your worst enemies can be your family, brothers and sisters, parents, hating best friends. So, and if they really could understand that you're actually doing what you're doing for them, then it would be okay. But I truly believe that people are envious because they don't like themselves. And I know we say that so many times, but that's a fact. But you cannot allow this hatred and this jealousy to taint your heart. Prime example, I had a bad altercation with a family member, and I was borderline hate, okay, which a lot of families go through. And so maybe about a year after that or some months after that, I heard God specifically say, if you attack her, you're going to become her, the abuser. And you're going to take on that bully spirit, and I didn't make you that way. And so I had to sit there for a moment, because in that small voice, he taught me this one thing. A lot of people who have been bullied or picked on develop this anger, this rage from suppressing the hurt. And so that's what he was showing me. I had to suppress, for so long. And now I was just this raging bull. And it's because I allowed this almost hatred enter my soul. You understand? And I just felt like I was ugly all of the time, and I just couldn't shake it. Because tell you the truth, Chris, I had been picked on for a long time. And you know, when you let stuff go, you keep letting it go, and I was what they call passive aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can say what you want, but don't put your hands on me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll walk away, take my children away. But at that time, when things popped off and I had to do what I had to do, yes, it changed both of us, you know. And it took me a long time to like that person again. And so what I'm saying to someone is this. It takes a great amount of courage to feel weak. And what I'm saying is this. If you let God fight this battle, okay, he covers us on all ends. And I felt I had to try to take up for myself because looking weak to a larger enemy made me feel so small that I had to rush out there and just take care of business. And that's not what we're supposed to do. Okay? If you let stuff go, do your best to handle it as an adult. Like my 13-year-old daughter said, Mommy, there was a fight in school. And I said, so what did you do? She said, I just walked to my class. She said, because I had nothing to do with it. And I don't understand why people can't talk it out. Now, that's my 13-year-old. Okay? If my children can turn their back and just walk things, just let things go, why can't adults? You understand? Because at 13, I wasn't letting nothing go. I was scrapping a heartbeat. Mm-hmm. And so, if we take on the mindset of a child, like the Lord says, we'll be a whole lot better. And Chris, when children fight, don't they make up immediately? Mm-hmm. Like it's nothing that ever happened. My brother told me just last night when he was over here, my son and his son, who are best buddies since they could walk, were fighting last year in the hotel in Florida. He said, like throwing down fighting. They're the best of friends. And for a moment, he said he just couldn't believe that those two cousins were fighting like that. So I asked myself, so how long did you watch? He said, first of all, I was just shocked. But 5 minutes later after the fight, they're up there playing games and they hadn't even thought about it again. But we as an adult, we got so many different ways that we were raised up. Because my mama scrapped, my dad is scrapped, my uncle scrapped. So quite naturally, I'm going to scrap, but we can't be like our parents. We can't be like our kin. It's okay to protect yourself, but we have to change. And that's why we're talking about this heart drive. You understand? You don't get that right, we're going to be messed up. You're not going to get any of your dreams, and it's going to be your fault. You can't blame anyone else but yourself. Mm-hmm. And so like Christopher said before I lost myself on this blab, he had to let some things go. And I know it was hard. Mm-hmm. And Chris, I've been in your shoes when I've had family members mess with my mother. I still have, sometimes I still want to just do something to them when I see them. If I'll be honest, I'm serious. Because I tell people all the time, when you mess with children and they become adults, like Ray Lewis said, his mother was beat. He started doing push-ups just so if he had ever had to defend his mother again, or if anybody ever challenged him, he would be big enough to take care of things. Mm-hmm. You understand? And so, like I said, we all go through battles. We all, sometimes we just got to throw down. But most of the times, if we go ahead and just let it go, no matter how painful it is, and I also want to say this, I had to deal with some horrible hurt not too long ago. And one thing I learned, along with letting it go, Chris, was go ahead and accepting the fact that I was damaged.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was not damaged, but wounded.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, when you're wounded, you gotta heal. And you can't put band-aids on stuff.
Right.
And because I was wounded, it took me a longer time. But what I learned, and I got this from Steve Harvey, he said, ladies, if a man has ever wounded you, go through that hurt. Just go through it. Just keep going through it. Feel the pain, okay? So I started doing that. And one thing I found out lately is this. Some things we just cannot avoid. We got to go through certain things. But just know we're going to be okay when we get on the other side. But I don't ignore anything. And just like today, I've been in the bed all day. All day. Because I injured myself. Re-injured myself. And I believe it came from a surgery, having hysterectomy. I know I'm not to lift a certain weight. But because I put too much strain on myself, I re-injured that muscle in excruciating pain. So when the heart gets damaged, it has to go through recovery. You have to do a lot of praying. You have to forgive yourself for the thoughts, because don't we have some crazy thoughts, Chris?
Mm-hmm.
We got some crazy thoughts now. Just know we're human. You know, and because we're writers and authors and speakers, and he's a fitness trainer, don't mean that we escape any type of, hurt or anything. And if truth be told, Chris, do you agree, because we're in the battle and we're doing things that our family has never done, we get hit with bullets first, don't we?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
We're the ones leading the pack, and we're taking all of the blows for most of our family. And some of them jokers ain't even appreciative. And yes, some days I just wish I could just go and just get somewhere and be by myself. And many days I do. But then I get back to earth, because I say, I'm not doing this all just for me. I'm doing it for my family. And that's it. So you go ahead, Chris. I got to drink me some more water.
Okay. Yeah, things seem a little too hectic when you just hold stuff in. You know
right.
what I mean? Like Tumeki saying that, people are not appreciative, people are not showing you love, people hurt you, and things like that. But you can never, ever stop loving them. You have to love them back, regardless of the fact. Because it's healthy for you if you show them love back, regardless of the fact.
Right.
Because hate and anger you'll lose every time with that. And matter of fact, if you got hate and if you let stuff wear on your heart, it takes time from your life. Me being a personal trainer, if you got stuff, if you're not feeding the body right, if you're not eating right, and not doing some type of exercises to keep your body moving, your body can deteriorate. That same thing goes for your heart. If you hold stuff in, if you hold hatred in, if you got just natural hate for people, or if you just hold stuff in, and you can't let go, it wear you down. It can cause a heart attack, a stroke, or whatever. You could take if you hold it in for years, you could take like 10, 15 years off your life like that. It's very important to, I say, update your hard drive. You know what I'm saying? It's not a computer, it's your hard drive inside of your heart. You know what I mean? So update it. You know what I mean? So if you got any type of hate in your heart, or any type of stuff you're holding in, for your sanity and for your well-being, let it go. Because the one thing you don't want to do is cut your life short. Because of things. You know what I mean? So, it's hard. And we say this, let stuff go. Sometimes people do us like, Tumeki said what happened in college. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom. It's hard to let people show people love that done that type of demonic stuff to you. safe, because sometimes even with people in relationships, you ever notice how people will love you 1 minute and they will call you a name the next? Oh, 1 minute you can be like a Blair Underwood, an old dude on what's that, Single Ladies, whatever they like, you know what I mean? Idris Elba, they can think you just everything to them. But if you do something to make them mad or piss them off, something will come out their mouth. Vice versa. Men call women names all the time because they don't get their way. Sometimes we act like children. But when that happens and somebody call you a name or call you certain things that hurt, you still gotta let it go. Because deep down inside, did they mean it? It probably did. But it's gonna kill them more than it killed you or hurt you. Because sometimes you have to laugh at people. Sometimes people act like children.
Right.
And we hold stuff in because people have done something to us. And as adults, we as human beings, we're not supposed to hurt each other to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Tumeki says bipolar. Yeah, you're right. So we supposed to love each other. We don't supposed to hurt each other every chance we get. You know what I'm saying? So, let it go. Like people right now on this blab probably married, called their spouse a name last night, last week. You still probably thinking about stuff last year somebody called you. Let it go. Right now, you probably got something in your built inside of you that you want to let go, that you want to let out as far as like a business. You want to get a business started. You think about you want on your own clothing line, whatever. And people like, why, like people think it's far-fetched. It is far-fetched if you let it be far-fetched. You know what I'm saying? Anytime people say negative stuff about your dreams, it should boost you up even more. You should take it with a grain of salt and smile and keep on moving. That should be motivation for you. I'm doing my first stage play in April. I never did a stage play before in my life. Am I nervous? Not really, but I know this is something I've been wanting to do for years. I want to do something on stage live that you have to know your lines. Not like a movie, they say cut all the time. And Denzel always do. He always do a stage. Rob De Niro always do stage because stage is for the real actors. Because they never mess up most of the time, I guess. But that's something I want to do. And if I wasn't focused and if I gave up because people say I can't do it, I live in a small town in Georgia, blase, I would never be doing this show. I would probably turn it down because of my insecurities of my low self-esteem. But none of that. I'm going forward with it and hope this play be a success. So, but a lot of times we just have to stay focused and never give up on anything. So, and like I said, people say your dreams ain't hitting on nothing. It's silly. It's crazy. But at the same time, if you let that, if you let it sink into your head, you let that seed grow, that your dream is worthless, then 9 times out of 10 it's gonna be worthless. But people gonna say that. Like I say, take it with a grain of salt, smile, and keep it moving. You know what I mean? So.
Amen.
Yeah.
That sounds loud.
You okay?
Oh, okay.
You okay?
What you were saying? Is that an echo?
Keep talking.
What you were saying about houses, honey? I can write a book, and trust me, it's coming. But even the man I was married to, I can say we are the best of friends today. Okay? But it was hell living with each other. And so a lot of my healing, I had to let that go. I had to. And I won't say on the air some of the things that we said to one another. But if you're married and if you've been in a relationship as loving as it is, you've said some crazy stuff to your significant other. And think about that word, Chris, significant other.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be no mediocre other. It's a significant other.
Right.
And they need to be treated like they're significant in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never thought about that.
Mm-hmm.
So, wow, that's a light bulb moment for myself.
Right.
And so, what the Bible says, out of the mouth the heart speaks.
Mm-hmm.
It truly, I was told, somebody told me you should go straight to hell. Mm. And they meant that. It ain't like they was really cussing me out. They was actually trying to curse me.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Curse me. And I looked at that person and I just could not believe that person said they loved me and let those words roll out of their mouth. Mm-hmm. But it's all about the heart. Mm-hmm. And of course we have gotten agitated and just said stuff out of anger. And hopefully we did our best to apologize for that. Said I was sorry. But you have to decipher, ladies and gentlemen, why your spouse is really speaking that way. Is he tired? Is he overworked? Is it that time of the month for your wife? You understand? For your girlfriend? I can't stand that term, girlfriend. For the lady in your life, you have to understand if she's not that way all of the time, there's something that's going on. And because you've had that strong foundation built between you, you should know to just let that stuff go. But constantly, no, baby, you got to rethink some things. And in my case, I had to divorce. And along with me, and I think I left in September 06. And I finally began to heal the summer of 2014 because I just totally blocked out any negativity that was spoken over my life from people. And for real, a lot of this stuff that we're holding in our hearts and in our minds, those things don't even belong to us. They were just thrown upon us. Okay? So we're holding on to baggage. When someone says that we're worthless, you'll never be nothing. You understand? You'll never be SHIT. Okay? I'm trying to keep it real for you as much as I can. If you've ever followed me or heard me speak, I don't sugarcoat. I don't know how to. I just don't. Because the devil ain't sugarcoating with none of you. He's literally trying to kill you. He wants your heart, ugly as him. Those hating ass people, they want your heart ugly as them because they don't have anything going for them. So like Chris said, the fitness king said, misery loves company. Okay? But we can't be making mental zip codes or heart zip codes in their area. We got to let them go. And when I started to change, I distanced myself from people. I mean, I really went into a shell and I had to really rethink about who I really wanted around me. Who was even worth being around me? Who are the drain suckers? Who are the dream stealers? You understand? And that is so crucial. Chris was right. You cannot tell everybody your dreams. You can't let any and everybody in your space. You understand? Because the devil is just. And then I always say, people utilize Satan on purpose. It ain't that the devil made you do it. Hell, you just wanted to do it. You're just evil. Some people are just evil in your life. You need to let them jokers go. Stay clear from them. Because what you don't want to pass this on to the next generation. Okay? I was so delighted when my daughter came home and said, Mommy, I just let that go because the little girl was picking at her. 2 little girls were picking at her, and me and Grandma was about to tear the school up. Because one thing about it, you can mess with me, but don't mess with my babies. So, but she came home the next day. I said, so what happened? She said, Mom, I just let that go. I just ignored them. So I recognized what I had been teaching my children. They were actually listening. And because the next generation after us are supposed to be better than us. And that's why it is so important that we have this heart drive, upload some love and some peace, some generosity, some courage. It takes backbone to stand up for yourself. It takes a lot of backbone to stand up to bullies in your life. It really does. But I promise you, you knock a bully on their tail one time, they'll never bother you again, and you will gain their respect. Not only when you gain their respect, but you will respect your own self. And you teach people how to treat you, how you treat yourself. So heart drive is also self-love. I love me first. Because when you really love yourself, you can easily give that out. People who have a hard time loving don't love themselves. And they don't have anything to give. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and sip on this water and turn it over to the fitness king.
And you said something just there. You said people, we teach people how to treat us all the time.
Correct. Right.
That's how we get in a rut all the time with people in our inner circle. We let them stay in there too long because we teach them. As long as we teach them how to treat us, especially if it's bad.
Right.
If it's bad, it's not good for our well-being. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if you show people that you are valuable,
right,
that you mean a lot to this world, and you have a lot to offer to this world, and you mean that wholeheartedly,
right.
A lot of those people that's in your inner circle they will somehow leave.
Right.
Somehow it's hard for a snake to stick around when he almost getting ignored.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's hard, man. A snake can't stick around and try to do something to you if you keep walking.
Right.
He say, well, this guy don't want to play. This lady don't want to play. I guess I go somewhere else and mess with somebody else. And try to break their spirit. You know what I mean? So you always teach people how to treat you, and hopefully you show them the right way on how to treat you. Because life's too short to let people stick around. You know what I'm saying? So you have to love yourself first. You know what I mean? So, that heart thing is a big deal. It's a big deal. You don't have to hate nobody. You don't have to do anything, but just make sure you love yourself first.
Amen.
And if you forget, people think if you did anything to somebody that hurt somebody, and you feel bad about it, if you know in your heart of all hearts that you're really sincere about you'll never do that again to nobody else, then you can rest assured you'll be free of that. If you can forgive yourself. See, we don't never forgive ourselves. Let go. We always forgive people. We don't never forgive ourselves. That's almost the worst because we always feel bashful and ashamed of what we've done. That's fine. We're not perfect. We forgive others, and the most main thing, we forgive ourselves, and the rest take care of itself. You know what I mean? Tumeki, can you hear me, Tumeki? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Love yourself first and forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for what you've done to somebody, and don't let that weigh. Because if that's like even worse than holding on when somebody did it to you. If, you did something to somebody and you like, hopefully they forgive me. Then forgive yourself first. It's not up to them to forgive you sometimes. If that makes sense. Yeah, it's not up to them to forgive you. Forgive yourself first.
It does.
Just let go of what you've done and keep it moving. you know, because you're very sincere and genuine about your forgiveness of yourself, or when you never do it again, you'll be okay. You know, the heart too heavy. You know, when that heart is heavy, it's hard to move on. The heart gotta be light as a feather. You know.
Right.
You know what I mean, Tumeki? So, how long you was married, Tumeki?
Right.
Yeah, it's a long time. 3 kids.
12 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's a decade. Yeah, 3 children, 12 years. I mean, it wasn't all bad. You know, I can truly say that man, he loved me. I loved him. And some things we just, I believe our issue came after we started having children. You know, I became mom. It wasn't even about me. And most days I was extremely tired. And during that time, I had postpartum severe depression with all 3 of my children. I didn't know what it was, you know, but after, and he didn't believe that I was sick, you know, because he married me because he said that I was strong. But when a woman, when a woman becomes a mother, our body changes, and so does our mental state. And after my first child was born, 10 months after she was born, I was in depression. Same thing with my second daughter. 10 months when my Elise turned 10 months, I went to another depression. And I was pregnant, 8 weeks pregnant, didn't even know it. So I went through a whole lot. And some things were said when I was in a mental hospital, pregnant with my baby. You know, the doctors were saying, you know, you had your children back to back. And they were looking at me like I should abort my baby because I'm depressed and because I'm in a mental hospital. And I told the doctor, I said, no, I cannot abort Jarrell. And the doctor asked me, well, how do you know if it's a boy? I said, because I know it's a boy. And sure enough, he was a boy, you know. And even all of that, I had to forgive the doctors, the nurses who thought they knew better for my life, you know. And I had to forgive you know, like you said, you have to forgive yourself. And I will never forget, I was listening to this speaker, this lady. I don't know if she's a doctor, but she was talking along the lines of this. She said that, I don't know if she had cancer or something was going on in her body. And because she had got pregnant, she was outcast and, you know, stuff like that. And so she started to get sick. So she came across this lady that told her, if you let this go, this bitterness go, you'll begin to get well. And at first she said it was very hard, but she believed the lady because she believed the lady cared for her, Chris. And so when months later, I think it was about 6 months later, she went back to the doctor because she had to have surgery. Because like I said, I don't know what was going on. I don't know if it was her kidneys or something was going on, and an organ was dying. All because she allowed that pain to almost destroy her. Because we may think that we letting it go, but our bodies, no. But 6 months later, when she went back to the doctor, that organ was fully healed, completely healed, because she let that pain go of being ostracized. She let the embarrassment go, that shame go. And she did exactly what that lady said. And she was totally healed. And I've been told that a lot of people who are angry, they go through a lot of surgeries. You know, stuff attaches itself to us. You know, that is true. And I noticed last August when I was going through all of that emotional stress, that heartbreak, I felt that pain in my shoulders immediately. My neck. I could barely turn my neck. My whole body ached. So the doctor, emergency room doctor, when I went there, he prescribed me something for anxiety immediately, and he prescribed me a muscle relaxer. He said, because whatever's going on, young lady, you are extremely tense. But my aunt from North Carolina, she said, baby, that's stressed. Who hurt you? She said that out of her mouth. And at the time, I wasn't ready to talk about it, and I didn't talk about it. So what I'm saying is that when you have hurt inside of you, you thinking you letting it go, but what you're doing, you know, just like you try to sweep dirt up under the rug, keep on sweeping it and not removing the rug. Pretty soon you're gonna have that rug that's going to start piling. You know that it's going to be a hill underneath of that rug. All right, that's the same thing. Keep on trying to hold stuff in, trying to pay people back. Women do that. Well, I'm gonna hate his ass forever. You killing yourself. It's just like you swallowing a poison. The best revenge is success. You know why I go out making sure I look like a model every day, Chris? Because I don't want to run into any of my exes and them see me looking like crap. I can't do it. I can't do it. I have to make sure I'm on top of my game. And because it does something for me. Once I'm dressed up and I feel good, it makes me feel good. You know, so that's just it. That's all I want, you know, thought I wanted to share. You know how we do. We're going to talk some more. You know, but that's just it. And what you were saying earlier about being angry, you stopped writing books. Remember, you encouraged me to finish Morse Code. Because I swear, I didn't even want to write. I didn't want to eat. I wanted to lay in my bed. But last thing I said, like I said earlier, one thing I didn't do, I did not ignore the pain. I allowed that pain. I allowed myself to feel that anguish. And I told God, I trust you to heal my heart. And he did. And every now and again, people get slick in their mouth. And he just teaching me, you know what, just keep on ignoring it. You know, but after a while, I just deal with it, you know. Shut up, go do what you got to do and leave me alone. Because like I said, part of this heart drive, letting go, but knowing that you are to be respected. You know, so.
Right. And I want to time out to thank Amanda Jackson for putting this shit together, for me and Tumeki. Thank you, Amanda, for doing this. You know what I mean? She's our new marketing strategist, so I really appreciate it. It's a very successful show. And I want to thank also Tracy Williams, who just joined us. Tracy was my life coach. She's out of Maryland.
Wow, hello, Tracy.
I think Tracy's from North Carolina. But she's I want to have her on the show and talk about stuff, because she's always talking about positive stuff, about keep going, never let negativity get you down, this and that. Tracy, you go on her Twitter page right now and see what she has. She has a lot of stuff, positive stuff, talking about how you just do not let stuff hold you down, don't pay anybody no attention, keep it moving, and live your dreams, you know, period. You know, she got tons of stuff to say. You know, she's always, you know, got, you know, positive stuff to say. So, you know, talked to her yesterday, and hopefully she can be on the show next week.
Right.
She
want to come on now for a minute?
I don't know. She said she just want to come check it out yesterday. So, was.
I'll open the seat up for you, Trace, if you want to.
She said not tonight.
Okay. You know, the seat is available. Anyone else? Would anybody like to come on and just say a few words tonight? I ain't got to check nobody's social security, do you? I got. Yeah, Amanda, do you want to come on? Just call in.
She probably want to come on either. Amanda, you there? Tanya just came on.
I knew Tanya gonna come. Tanya, if you don't get up on here.
You want to come on again, Tanya? Talking about letting stuff go?
Just sail on.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, it's just live life, man. Live life. Don't never let your heart wear heavy on stuff, and don't take life too serious. Don't take people too serious. You know, life too short to take anything serious. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's life too short to take anything serious. So, you know, I just thank God to have people in my life that I can talk to when I need to, like a Tumeki, like a Tracy, like a Amanda. You know what I mean? So I really appreciate that. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I need to talk to somebody. You know, if I got some stuff going on, you know, I call them and they call me. You know what I mean? So it's all good because you can have that inner circle that can lift you up, because we all need lifting up, big time. You know what I mean? You know. So yeah.
Amen.
Yeah. You know. And I think when you let stuff go, the sky's the limit for your success. The sky's the limit for your success. And you know your worth is so much greater than negativity. You know what I mean? And, you know, I mean, whatever you put your mind to, whatever you want to do out of life, you can do it, regardless of the fact. Regardless of the fact. You know, we still had that thing in the back of our mind where people might say something to us. And we kind of, it's right there. It's like right there on the brain. Like, you know, when they say, oh, you can't do that. You ain't gonna never be that. It's still there on the tip of our brain. But I think that's a good thing, because it keep us moving, and it keep us going. You know what I mean? And I think it's fun though. I think it's not, I mean, you know, it's fun in the sense that when you get negativity thrown your way, how you can handle it. How you gonna handle this depression? And there's no pressure really if you just ignore it. But you know, yeah, I wrote a couple of books. I'm gonna write a few more, if God willing. You know, so I can, me being a personal trainer, I can help people. You know, I can get them in shape. I can do what it takes to get their health back in order, so I can be a blessing to somebody. You know, sometimes we think. My ex told me one time this, and this her exact words. She said, I wasn't an asset, I was a liability. For a few years, it kind of bothered me. But a couple years ago, it started going away. I just laughed about it, you know what I mean? And maybe at the time, in her eyes, maybe I was a liability. But, you know, in other people's eyes, I'm an asset. You know, right now I'm definitely an asset. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't seen her in like 9 years, but you know, the words like that motivate me. You know what I'm saying? To be the best friend, son, uncle, husband, future husband, whatever, or whatever. Because I know one day I can make somebody happy. You know what I'm saying? And that's part of letting go.
Amen.
You know, I think it was so deep in my heart that what went on between us, it was a certain song that I couldn't even listen to that she liked. It's funny, huh? I think it was a Jennifer Hudson song. Every time that song come out, I cut the radio off. Every time. For 8 years.
8 years, Chris. Really?
Maybe 7.
Ooh,
maybe 7 years.
Yeah, you need a heart transplant.
I want to boycott Jennifer Hudson for that one. was salty.
Wow.
I was salty, Tracy.
Salty in the bird, boy. You were. What's that season? Lowry's. You was all of it.
All purpose. I was all purpose, you know.
So, Mrs. Dash, boy, good God.
I'm telling you.
I had to up here typing. I was like, wait a minute.
I could not listen. I could not. Every time that song come on, I'm telling you, I could be listening to Marvin Gaye. I could be bobbing my head to Marvin Gaye. Soon as that song come on, turn to another station.
Right. Like, you make me cry. Oh my God! But you know that's real. Oh,
no, I never told it. I never shared it with nobody. No, never.
You shared it with about 16 people tonight. That was funny as. Wow, 8 years is a long time. Yes, it is, LaTanya. Oh my God. That's a what women do that. I didn't know men. Boy.
I never told nobody that. I never told nobody that. I go to I work out for 4 hours straight after I hear that song on the radio. It'd be the best workout. It'd be the best workout I ever had.
You was angry, weren't you? Oh, have mercy. Did you tear up anything in the gym?
Weights.
Oh my goodness.
Equipment.
That's like me. When I get angry, I find myself cleaning up everything. I clean up everything when I'm angry. My daughter said, "Mommy, what's wrong?" I said, "Why do you ask?" She said, "Because you're cleaning up everything. I mean, everything." I was like, "Oh, okay." But it's so true. I mean, that's funny though. Oh my God. But you know what? It's real talk because I do the same thing. Certain music, I ain't listen to that mess. If I hear something by Kim, I'm like, oh God, I hate saying it. Like you say, it just messes with your mood because that memory is still in there. So oh my God, if that was not the realest thing I've heard all night, that 8 years. Let me find you a husband. You
go ahead now. I don't care. I'm good.
You're gonna turn to the Hulk, boy, Chocolate Hulk. Yes, music has memories, good or bad. And I'm like, oh God, I can't stand Luther Vandross. But because we put music puts us in a place where we last heard that with that person that we loved, so I can Jennifer Hudson. Now that you said that, every time I hear Jennifer Hudson, I'm gonna think about the Fitness King because that was that was hilarious. I'm up here trying to type and I'm like, wait, did he say 8 years? Funny. Oh my God. Wow. Yes, what song? What song on Fitness King? Come on, now you done told everything else. What song? Wait a minute, 8 years?
No,
make me turn to
I didn't tell you. I did not tell you that is subtracted. The year. I didn't tell you that. I just shared. I think.
Ooh, look. Women, we private investigators. We do that. So I'm like, okay, count back to the person.
That's the song. If that can help somebody, I mean, now. I
don't even remember the words to
It may not be the title.
I don't remember. I don't know. Woo. Jennifer Hudson and Chris. So I couldn't buy you no tickets for Jennifer Hudson. You just.
You could.
You wouldn't do it. Couldn't do that.
No, I'm going to the back. I'm going to the bathroom when that song come on though. Take a restroom break.
Look, you got your own intermission built in. But I totally feel you on that.
It's a nice song. It's a beautiful song. I ain't gonna lie.
It is. But boy, that is hilarious. Woo.
Yeah, but you know.
So everybody shot tonight, huh? I see everybody shot tonight.
You did?
Yeah, they shot. They don't want to come on.
Oh yeah,
Amanda,
she left again, huh? Yeah.
Wow. You know, Amanda is busy.
So I think she's back and forth on and off the show.
Okay.
Like I said, we got Tracy on next week if we can. She gonna come on at 8:00. Cause she work. She don't get home about 8. She can do it from her phone though. Okay, is it freeze it up on your phone? It's clear on your phone. So far, I think she used her phone. I think it's clear. Okay, cool.
Okay, it's very clear. Latanya said, "I'm laying low tonight. I would be in the background."
But she always come on though. Latanya does. So it's
always come on. Always.
So it's
always. And you know, we are very appreciative because this is not easy. Chris had to convince me to get up here. You know, it's not. I would say it's out of my element. I can talk to you on Facebook, text all day. But for you to actually see me, it was just kind of different. But I'm so glad because we get to meet all of you. It takes dedication too. Yes, it does. And you know, I think sometimes I'm too dedicated because I'm like, Chris, you want to blab? You want to blab now? He's like, I'm in the bed. Yes, video is totally different. You know,
different. But it takes dedication too. It have to be dedicated.
Right.
Dedicated, very dedicated. Very dedicated.
It does. It does. Because I will say this, like I told you last night, I was feeling horrible. You know, but today I was in bed all day so that I can have enough rest and enough strength to get up here. You know, for this time. And because Chris and I, we push each other. You know, we are each other's biggest cheerleaders. And there are other people, Adana, and, you know, just other people. But, man, we talk every day, about building our dreams, how we can help one another, who we should contact, who we're supposed to stay away from, you know. And it's good for you to have somebody who you can just tell just about everything to. Because as speakers and writers and business people, mom, you know, dad, uncles, aunts, we go through stuff. We truly do. And if we don't get that stuff off of us, we can have a heart attack. So this heart drive is a big deal. And you think about it. We have 2 eyes, 2 legs, 2 arms. We got 1 heart. We have 1 heart. And it's in the center of our body. We have 1 brain. Something go wrong with those 2 things, we out of here. So it is so vital that we take care of that. And then on top of that, our soul, our spirit. Okay, I got to get up on y'all so you can really see. Our spirit man, spirit woman, cannot be weighed down with all of this mess. I wanted to cuss so bad right there, but I just did. I'm trying to change, Chris. I'm really trying to change. But I don't know any other way to convey to you. You gotta let this stuff go. And we could probably say this about 30 times tonight so that you can get it. And I know some of you are still trying to use some excuses. Well, my mama did this, my daddy did that, my best friend, oh my God, my husband did this. You expect me to just get over it? No, I expect you to deal with it like a real man and a woman. Deal with it, make your point across, make sure that you're respected, and after you do all that, let the crap go. Now, I've been trying to avoid this, but I gotta say it anyway. Not that my ex-husband won't be listening, but if he is, whatever. When I was in that mental hospital, pregnant with our child, he told me to have an abortion because we couldn't afford another child. He told me that inside of the mental, while I was hospitalized in a mental hospital, I had a nervous breakdown. And I'm still being bothered by him while I'm trying to get help. And in January, I went over to my best friend's house in Nicole. And all of a sudden, I broke down telling that story on how we have to forgive and let go. As painful as that was, to forgive him for saying, kill my son, kill our son, I had to let it go. And when he looks at our son, our baby, all he sees is joy, how much that each one of our children bring to us. And whether we're apart or not, one thing is for certain, we love those babies. We love those babies. So if I can let that go, and like I said, I broke down because I hadn't shared that. I broke down and I cried so bad in my girlfriend's house that day. I did not know that it was a weight on me and that my heart was still heavy about that. So if I can forgive that, I can forgive anyone. And now, seeing him with his new family, they have a new baby, I'm not envious, I'm not jealous. Because when you truly love somebody, you want them to have the best. And I can also honestly say there's some people I just, oh Lord, should I say this? I can honestly say I don't feel that way about everybody. Because some people who put their mouth on you, God got to get them back. And that's just it. So some people I ain't really, this is Heart Drive, and this is where we're supposed to be honest.
Yeah.
Some people I have not fully forgiven yet. I don't hate them, but sometimes I just wish,
That's right, Papa.
Some days I just wish that somebody could do to them what they did to me.
This is what this show about. This you getting off your chest is right. You know what I'm saying? And you talking about it can help you with that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I never thought that I could forgive somebody for hurting my mom.
Right.
Just 2 months ago, I told you about he squeezed my mom's hand.
Right.
I know I should be saying this on video, but because if I lash out on that at 39 years old, I'm 10 years younger than my father when he passed. He passed at 49. If I honestly lash out in a certain way or do something a certain way, I can honestly hurt myself in such a way And thank you, Latanya, in such a way that it can end up either way. Either I'm locked up or whatever. But I have to let stuff go. I have to you know what I'm saying, just pray about it. And like forgiveness is a powerful thing, Papa Bear, like you said. You said forgiveness and trust are two different things. It's right. You can forgive somebody, don't mean you have to trust them. Because when you forgive, that don't mean you have to really deal with them all the time or trust them with your life with certain things. But still forgive them. But if they broke your trust many, many times, you have to trust them, but forgive them, like Papa Bear said. Thank you for that, Papa Bear. Thank you, Latanya. Thank you again, Tracy. So you saying that stuff. You have to let it go. You have to, regardless of the fact. So my mom's 73 years old, and then she can't defend herself. And I talked to you about this too.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I want you to just let it go. You know what I'm saying? And you will. I know you will. There's no doubt in my mind that you won't. You know what I'm saying? You'll make it happen. You know what I mean? Just let stuff go and just move on, and then write you 5 or 6 or 10 or 25 more books.
Right. Absolutely.
Sell 25, 100 million copies. You know what I mean? So do what you have to do. No, I'm serious. You can sell that many copies if you put your head to it. 6 billion people.
We sure can.
Huh?
I said we sure can.
Yeah, definitely.
We sure can. And what Tracy said, forgiveness is a decision, not a feeling.
Right.
She is absolutely correct.
Right.
Because I didn't feel like forgiving. But like I said earlier, it takes a great amount of courage. It takes a great amount of courage to do that.
Right.
And it's only because we don't want to look weak. But I mean, it takes a strong person to forgive somebody who did something to you.
Right.
There's no weakness in that. None.
Right.
None, man.
Right.
And if people just get it, like I said earlier about some people I just still don't like today. That don't mean I hate them. Some people, did something to you, you just don't ever like them again. That don't. Like I said, I just speak from the heart. I do my best to be extremely honest because I refuse to get up here and say anything dishonest, no matter how it come out. Because one thing people cannot afford today in this age is a bunch of phony people. I'm not one of them. I don't even know how to do phony. All I know how to do is just do real. And for a long time, Fitness King, I was afraid to be me. Because, once you really accept you and all of your flaws and all of your greatness, boy, you something to deal with. And that's where that hatred for you comes out. You have to stay prayed up. And remove yourself from people. Giving is for you, not. That's right. You help someone. Amen. I mean, like I wrote in some of my books, other people are already taken. We can't be a counterfeit. You understand? God made me like this. I love people. I am a coach. Didn't want to be a coach, but it's just, people say it's just come naturally for me. I've been called a bully. How am I bully you? I'm 5'1". But what they said is the way I talk to them. I speak in a way that I want you to get it, and I speak in a way that I love you. I want what's best for you. And what a friend will not do is lie to you and allow you. It's just like I won't let my friends drive drunk, and you damn sure ain't gonna drive me drunk. So if you know your friend is having an issue, why would you let them continue that? And that's all about the heart. Mm-hmm. You have a great heart. You want good for all people, for most people. Like I said, I told you some people I just don't like. Lord forgive me. It's coming. You know, and that's it. We can't allow the people that we love to stay stuck. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to drag you either. You got to want to change. You have to want to give, to let those people go.
Papa,
you have to want to.
Papa Bear said the best way to be prepared is to be prepared, prayed up.
That's right. Amen, Papa Bear. Amen. Amen. Oh my God. Oh my God. I mean, that is a true statement right there. It is so true.
Oh yeah.
So true.
Oh yeah. You know what I mean? It's true. You know what I'm saying? We have to plead the blood of Jesus when you walk out this house every day.
Amen.
Every day. Don't forget to follow Tracy and Papa Bear.
I'm gonna follow them, trust me.
Yeah.
That's right, Tracy. You cannot move forward if you don't forgive. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. I'm so glad you're talking about this, Chris, because the things we talked about, last week? Some stuff that we were dealing with last week. I mean, oh my God.
Oh, the first blab?
No, I mean personally.
Oh yeah.
This was necessary, y'all. For the both of us. Mm-hmm. Taking care of this heart, man. Oh my God.
It's no joke.
It's not. And here's the thing. We must take care of this heart because, like I said, and what the Fitness King was saying, because people are not happy with their own life, they want to drag you back into all that mediocrity.
Right.
You have a miscure, is that a right name? A horrible life with them. They don't want you happy.
Right.
But they'll try to do something to damage you. You understand? Mm-hmm. And we can't do that. And although it is very challenging at times, because we are better people, we have to portray ourselves and be that way.
Right.
There is something I cannot do because of how God made me. I don't want to embarrass him. I don't want to embarrass my family, my children. I don't want to allow hurt, anger, and rage block my blessings, block my mind. And like the Fitness King said earlier, you got all this mess in your mind. It's a bunch of weeds strangling your dreams. It's just like when we did that blab, that boy cussed me out. First of all, it was funny. And I knew myself. And then, he's a virtual person. He can't hurt me. He can't harm me. So why would I try to keep that in my mind? Because somebody cussed me out. What he did, he gave me a compliment because he called me Oprah. You remember that? Oh, y'all missed that show. We had a couple of characters up here.
Yeah, you should see it.
Y'all, it's on one of our blabs that we did, either Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah.
But that blab we did last time was 2 hours and 56 minutes. We had no idea it was that long. But we had a lot that was going on. A lot of great coaches came on, Tracy. A lot of great people joined in. And a lot of distractions came. I'm getting better at that, Chris.
Yeah, it's fine. We're gonna both control who we let on and off here on the video chat.
Right. Tracy says you need people like that because it lets you know you're on the right track. Mm-hmm. Amen.
Oh yeah.
Are you all on Periscope?
I am, Papa Bear. Are you on there, Tumeki?
I'm on Periscope. I just won't get up there.
You're afraid, Papa Bear. I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, because a girlfriend of mine, she was just talking, just real nice. And somebody just was coming up there just cussing her out. I'm like, what in the world? And so I noticed that on Periscope, people cussing you out. I mean, just calling you all kinds of names. And so I said, no, I'm not gonna do. I'm not even gonna do that. You know. And so that's what took me so long about Blab, because if you know yourself, you should know your temperament. But because I have Mr. Fitness King beside me, he helps keep me grounded, so I won't go too off into the deep end. Yes, you can. I blocked old boy last week after I laughed at it because it was quite comical. I know we just called them. You know, there was an intermission. They were like our breaks in between. And he had the nerve to have his name Boaz. I'll never forget him.
Who did?
You know, old boy, they called me Oprah. Papa Bear says you would do great on Periscope. I will try that.
Mm-hmm.
I sure will. But I just, I like Blab so much because we can have multiple people up here talking.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a little different, but Periscope don't it goes off the air like what is it, Trace? Like two days?
The next day, within 24 hours. Absolutely, that's right. It goes away after 24 hours. It is gone.
Right.
That's a turn off. I don't know how long our Blab recordings will last, but at least it stays, what we record stays up here so that people can, keep looking at it.
Right.
You can't save it on your, okay.
Okay, Papa Bear, you plan to start hosting soon as well.
Right.
Yeah, let us know. We'll check out your show too. Thank you for coming and joining us too.
That's right. It's all about supporting one another.
Mm-hmm.
It sure is.
Yeah.
And I love this technology because we get to talk to people all over the world. Papa Bear's been on Periscope for 3 months now. Awesome.
Oh.
Okay, so I have to come and follow you on there.
Mm-hmm.
Alaska. So that means you're in Alaska? I'll follow you too, Tracy. Wow, 4,300. What in the world?
Good God, Papa Bear. You gotta
look. Baby Bear wants to know what Papa Bear's doing to get 4,300 followers. No, wait a minute. North Pole, Alaska? What is the temperature?
-30.
Oh, Lord, my afro would just freeze up. Oh, I have ice crystals in my... Oh, Lord.
But I'm going to do Alaskan cruise, though.
Lord, love people, take risks, and give good content. Okay, that's what we're trying to do right here. How are we doing so far, Papa Bear? North Pole, Alaska. My uncle is in Alaska.
He's in military?
He's ex-military.
Okay.
Oh, he said best I've seen. Oh, that's awesome. We really appreciate that. This was the Fitness King's idea to do this.
It was. I mean, it was her. It was her.
Who?
Well, I mean, I came with a title, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you have a lot to say for what you've been through in life as well with with your marriage, stuff like that. So, you know what I mean, man.
Yeah, but I'm laughing at Papa Bear. He said your fro would do great, just don't get it wet. I tell you what, it'll shrivel up. It's big.
Yeah.
So I can't get this stuff wet. Yes, girl, I have ice crystals. Oh, I can't do it. Be a frost muffin. Yes, indeed. Well, I can't do cold. Cold makes me mad. I can't do it. Cold make me cuss. I can't do it. I know you, Chris. Remember last month I don't know how cold in Atlanta because I know Atlanta gets extremely cold.
I got snowed in though. Yeah.
Here
Tracy.
in the VA, Chris, it was like 10 degrees outside, and as soon as I walked outside, I was like, "Damn!" It was just freezing. Freezing, man. 20 degrees now. Oh, no, I can visit you online.
It's 20 degrees.
It's very warm for us. Good God.
Wow.
No, baby. But I keep saying I'm going to visit my uncle. Normally 30 below this time of the year.
I was just playing when I said 30 degrees below zero. I was just, good God, that is cold. I still have to say Alaska, though. Alaska is huge. That's a huge thing.
But you know what I think of? When I think about Alaska, I think about bears. Grizzly bears.
Wow.
He said he did a live Periscope at 30. I don't even want to write that on paper. He said, no problem, I'm Papa Bear. Wow, I kill bears. Only bear I want to see is on TV. Wish I would have saw that. Yeah, me too, Chris.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
No.
That's why I don't do camping. I mean, I know for my book signing in December 19th, we stayed in a cabin in the woods. All I thought about was bears. And I was raised in the country. What about igloos? No, girl, I don't even eat ice no more. I can't do that. I have a few minutes, but would be willing to come on and say hi. Okay. All right, he's calling in, Chris.
Oh, wait a minute. I may have to take a restroom break, but go ahead.
Okay. Show callers. I'm trying to get him in. What's going on?
I can't see it from my angle.
What is going on? It's not letting me let people in. This got to be Blab. It has to be Blab.
Is it loading up? You see anything?
I see one person calling in, and it's not allowing me to let him call in.
I wonder why I can't see it if we both got the same. Well, you created this profile, so I can't do anything.
Yeah, but it's not letting me do anything. Because usually it lets me let you on, and then I go to the left and I press accept. None of that is showing up on my. What have I done? Let me see. Hold on. Can you still hear me? Oh Lord. Okay. Okay. Open. What the hell? What did I do? You heard that?
He said, "Is it the beard?" It ain't a beard, Papa Bear. I think it's Blab. I don't know how you set the platform up. There you go.
Okay. So hold on.
Now I see it.
Now let me do this.
Hey, Papa Bear.
How you doing?
Yeah, how you doing?
Yeah, speaking of bear, that's what's on my wall.
Wow. I can see it a little bit. I can't.
Yeah. Well, I'm on an iMac, so it's a big old monitor. I can't really move it around too much, but
Okay.
yeah, I got a bear on the wall there. Got a couple bears actually.
Yeah. Wow.
They're daily reminders. That particular bear. First of all, I should say hello. My real name is Ron Pratt. My nickname is Papa Bear for decades now. I live here in North Pole, Alaska. and my wife and I moved up here from California in '98. So we've been here 18 years.
Wow.
And so we're in our 32nd year of working with young people professionally. So that's what we do, is go after especially young people who are dealing with suicide and things like that. So we go to villages and travel all over Alaska and provide camps. In fact, in 2 days, our winter camp is starting. It'll be our 16th year running this winter camp. So we got 50 plus kids coming from villages and all over. And it'll be pretty amazing. And we'll have snow hockey and dog mushing and the whole thing, you know. Mm-hmm. It's Alaska. So,
wow.
So the story of that bear, his name is Prayer Bear. And you can read about him in my book in chapter 3.
Okay.
Published a book last year called Mission Accomplished. You can find it on Kindle, on iBooks, or you can get it from papabearalaska.com. So just papabearalaska.com is a quick way to go check it out. But the whole premise of the book is to be, help people have successful missions, whatever their mission is in life, and especially in our work as missionaries, whether it's inner city or in the bush of Alaska. But the perspective here is a little bit off the grid, So that particular bear, I was with a team that I was traveling down the Yukon River one year, and we set up camp on an island, and we were literally praying, getting ready to go into an Indian village where there was a really tough village, a lot of murder, a lot of suicide, really difficult village. So we like to be pre-prayed. That's how you prepare. Right. And while we were there, this bear interrupted our prayer time. And tore up a brand new tent and messed with my team. And so I had to pull my pistol down and put him down. And we ended up eating that bear. Whoa. And then I hung him on my wall. So every morning when I wake up, I see that bear on the wall, and it reminds me of the distractions in life. Sometimes you can ignore them, but most of the time, that's just procrastination. You've got to eventually deal with it. So we have enemies in our life spiritually, physically, mentally, financially, and there's always a way to deal with it, but it's usually not passive.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And so we ended up, that bear interrupted us and ended up being a blessing. I gave most of the meat to the local chief of that village, and that whole family was really blessed, and it opened up doors of opportunity. Yeah, pretty amazing. So I had to hang that thing on the wall. And since then, I've shot about 8 more confirmed kills, and with that same pistol. So we get bears coming in to our youth camps, and sometimes you got to put them down for the safety of everybody.
Right.
Now Ron, they are very aggressive? If most of them aggressive? Or some
Yeah, it really depends on the species and how close you are to civilization. We own a camp that we run way up off the Yukon River, so it's 150 miles away from the closest road system. It's way off the grid. And those bears, the only humans they ever see are us, so they're pretty aggressive because they don't know any better. And and then you have grizzlies, which were highly aggressive. We have those in the region. And then we have a black bear species called the cinnamon bear. It's basically a chocolate brown bear. They're very rare. About 1% to 2% of your black bears will be a pure chocolate color. And they actually have a nasty DNA. They're just ticked off. They're like born angry. They got the locals call them demons. And they'll come marching into your camp, and they don't care who you are. And I took one a few years ago at 37 yards. He was coming in on me, and he stood up, and I made my shot. So we ended up feeding them to the camp and bringing the hide home, and that's part of how we do ministry in Alaska.
How much that bear weigh?
But what's that?
How much it weighs? The one behind you. How much did it weigh?
He was not a really big bear, 6 foot, probably 300 pounds.
Okay.
And so a larger bear would be in the 400, 500 pound. When you get into grizzlies, they're going to go all the way up to the local grizzlies here, about 800 pounds.
Ooh.
Then when you get into brown bears in the south of Alaska, you've heard of Kodiaks. Those get up to 1,500 pounds. That's one bad. Yeah, that's one. Yeah. Yeah, they're crazy big.
They're about 12 foot long, though, right? 12 feet long.
Yeah, they'll get. They've. I think their record is right at 14 feet tall, something like that. Yeah, pretty crazy, but yeah. Well, I didn't mean to hijack your subject matter, but I think it's a good one. What you were talking about was excellent, and it drew me in. Thanks for giving me a couple of minutes here and introducing myself. I plan to be hosting some shows soon. And I already have several subject matters that I want to tackle, and then tied in with all my other social media, which is a lot of fun. So it's helpful. But great meeting you all.
Thank you. Thank you, Ron.
You too, Ron. And look forward, when you have the summer, you can Periscope the summer camp. You can do
what's that?
The summer camp you guys have.
You know, I have a satellite dish out on location because we're so far away, so we can do email. It gives me the ability to communicate with our pilots that bring supplies into our camp. But I don't know if I can do any other media. I don't know if it's going to be fast enough. I'll give it a try. If I can Periscope from there, that would be kicking cool because it's the middle of nowhere and people would just, really get into that. But I'm going to at least I'll get lots of footage. In fact, I've been taking footage from that camp, just iPhone footage and GoPro, and putting it on my YouTube channel. I just started a YouTube channel about 5 or 6 weeks ago. So, and again, it's just Papa Bear Alaska, 3 words, and find me on YouTube and tell me what you think of the videos. I'd love to hear from you.
Okay. I'll put your book link on here too, Ron.
Oh man, I appreciate it. Oh yeah, I see that there. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Well, God bless you guys. Great meeting you.
God bless you, and stay safe.
Yeah. Now I'll tell you what. In the summertime, we got a real dry heat. We don't have humidity like down in the south. It's real dry in the winter and dry in the summer here. So your fro is going to do great in the summer. You just might have to put some oil in it, And in the wintertime, just don't get it wet because man, my beard will just turn into I look like a icicle coming off my face. Everybody thinks I'm Santa Claus. Yeah. Wow. I actually live 2 blocks from Santa Claus' house, and that's no lie.
Wow.
So, and I interview him often on my Periscope. So,
wow.
All right. Well, God bless you guys.
God bless you.
Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome. That was awesome.
It was.
Bears. Lions, tigers, and bears. Oh, my.
Oh, my. Oh, my. After oh, my, I'm running.
Kodiak bears. See that? No. I don't play with wildlife, no.
Kodiak bears right upon.
What? Yeah, from here.
Huh?
What corner?
In the hood somewhere.
No, yeah. Lord. My cousin, when we went to go visit him in upstate New York,
mm-hmm.
He didn't tell me they had bears up there until after I left. Because I had went outside to the trunk. Had I known that, I would have packed up and just left. So that's one thing I would never ever want to just see. I don't even go to the circus because animals they're too up close and personal to me. Yeah. Talk to you this week if you're free. Amen. I say you had to go to the restaurant.
Yeah, I did. Okay. Keep talking.
I sure will. But you all, this has been a great show. It really has. And you all have blessed us so much. And while I'm up here, being that I am an authoress, I've written 2 inspirational, motivational books. And I penned my first romance novel called Morse Code. I just dropped that book January 20th. But I am doing a free Kindle book promotion. And you can actually go online and get this book right here, Your Mind's Eye. This is my first book. You can download it for free on Kindle tonight after we leave here. You know? And I wanted to do that because I want as many people to read that. And I wrote a part of my story is in that book. Part of my story is in that book about how you find why you were born. And a little bit about that book, like I always, like I've said this maybe about 3 times. When I wrote that book, the dream started in 2011 after a hysterectomy. And at about 3 weeks into my recovery, I started having some terrible aches and pains, from the surgery. I was sitting on the edge of my bed, just rocking back and forth. And I had this vision of this lady speaking on stage. She had this big old afro. And I'm like, Lord, this is Percocet. I'm going crazy. And I started doing like this, trying to look inside my own head. I thought I'd lost it. But this lady, it was just a silhouette of this lady. And she was just speaking. And people came from all over the world to hear her. And so as I began to just think about the vision, I noticed that lady was me. God had showed me myself in the future. And so after I stopped thinking about that, and I'm like, what was that? How did I see that? And that's when the Holy Spirit said, that was your mind's eye. Everyone has your mind's eye. So I kept saying, your mind's eye, your mind's eye, your mind's eye. And it was just a light bulb. And immediately he downloaded this vision. And I just started writing out the first introduction to my first book. It was December 2011. Fast forward 2 years later, it didn't come a reality till 2 years later because I had to go through some more hell. When God gives you the vision, he don't tell you all this mess that we're going to go through. Because I promise you, if God show us what we go through, we'll never do it. Mm-hmm. He keeps certain stuff hid from us. So when I was homeless with my 3 children, living from house to house, I was passed around like a joint, y'all. And just before I had that same thought, that familiar spirit that says, go ahead, Tumeki, just kill yourself. Your life is, worthless anyway. Thank you, Chris. That book is free on Kindle right now. And so what I did, I got up and went to the bathroom. And when I looked in the mirror, Tracy, I saw this lady looking back at me. Now, she was me. She looked nothing like this. She was pissed off, ready to fight for me. She was my champion. We have a champion inside of us. So after I got out that bathroom, nobody knew I was in there, just ticked off. I came out and I made a decision that I'd be damned if I was going to kill myself. I was going to take that pack of index cards that I had. I didn't even have a notebook. I had a red ink pen and a black ink pen, and I just started writing. And I made a decision that book was going to be written in 30 days, edited within 60 days, and published within 90. I had no computer. I did all of my book on my little phone. Typed it in as best I could. Went on Create Space. Watched a bunch of YouTube videos. And I did my book. And mind you now, I was an expert in writing in high school. I was an expert in writing in college. But hell, I was going on 40. I didn't know where to put that semicolon. It was going in the wrong spot, but I didn't care. All I knew, I was going on 40, and I need one of my dreams to make it. And once I did that, I published that book June 13, 2013. Moved into a cute little house, the house I'm in now, with my 3 children. 6 months later, I penned my second inspirational, motivational books. I Am a Concealed Weapon. 3 years later, I penned my first romance. And what I'm saying is this. The timing was off. The timing was horrible. I did all that homeless, fighting, trying to keep my head above water, wanting to die, but I had 3 little children sleeping on a mattress on the floor in my brother's living room. I had to fight for them, you know. And so that's what you have to do. This is what this heart drive is all about. Getting to the heart of the matter, because you matter. Right, Fitness King?
Right. You matter. Nobody gonna take care of you but you.
No. No. So you know, I didn't let anything stop me. I couldn't lay down and die for what? For what? You know, if y'all lay down and die, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna make God a liar, and then you're gonna make all your haters right. And you can't do that. You gotta prove them wrong. You know, you gotta make sure your life is so blessed that you're on that right path, that your haters gotta just go in a corner and just sit somewhere and sip on some tea. You gotta do that. But like I said, my book is free. It's on Amazon. It's my gift to you. Get the book. Read it. And in the Kindle, it looks different. You know, because like I said, I'm not this tech. I'm a great writer. You know, that's what people say. It took me a long time to write because I had other people's voices in my head saying you couldn't do it. What you gonna write for? Ain't nobody gonna listen to you. You homeless and this. You know, you ain't have anything to say. But in spite of it all, you got to do it anyway. You got to do it crying. You got to do it sometimes in pain, excruciating pain. Pain puts life in perspective. Just like a woman giving birth. That father there watching his wife or his significant other go through that pain. But they know they got to still birth it out because at the end of that last push, a beautiful baby is coming. And it's going to be all well worth it. Right? It's going to be worth it. It truly is. You know, so I get kind of emotional on that part every time I think about it. What if I had given up? What if I just took those pills? What if I had to swallow all of that Zoloft, Fitness King? I wouldn't have met you. I wouldn't have met Papa Bear, Tracy, LaTanya. I wouldn't have been on Blab. I would have been a memory. You know?
Amen.
So that's it.
But you're still here. That's right.
Yep. By the grace of God, still here, and He's still proving. God is still proving that no matter what we go through in life, even when I turned my back on Him and wanted to just give up, He just wouldn't let me. That baby inside of me, that dream just kept on kicking. You got to give birth to me. If you die, the dream dies with you. So you got to give birth to it. You have to feed it. You have to nourish it. You got to starve your haters and feed your dream. That's juicy, and that should be a treat. A tweet. Starve your haters and feed your dream. You can do it. You got 1 million people who's there for you.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yeah.
All right, Chris, it's your time. Start talking because I cry.
No, you're right. Yeah. Tell me about your book. You told about your book, right?
Yeah, I told him about Your Mind's Eye. Mm-hmm. It's a short read. You know, I'm not focused enough to write a big book unless it's my romance novel. But I asked you some questions in this book, 5 major questions. And that first question is, who are you? Do you even know?
Mm-hmm.
Second question is what is it that you do excellent? Not that you're good, but that you're excellent at it. You know, people envy you for this thing. You're an expert at it and you don't even know. So question number 1, like I said, who are you? 2, what are you great at? 3, what gives you peace of mind? What is that thing that you do so well that it brings peace of mind? Prime example. I can do many things. I love to cook. I am a self-taught chef. I can do hair. I can do makeup. I went to school for fashion design and marketing because I wanted to make clothes until I ran over my hand with a sewing iron, sewing machine. That was out of the question. I was great with people. I thought I wanted to be a nurse. Went to school for a nurse until I saw the sight of blood. I couldn't do that. So I did a whole bunch of stuff because other people said I was good at it. And they wanted me to live some of their dreams that they were too afraid to do.
Like football for me.
Right. But what happened on December 20th, 2012? No, December 27th. I was in my mother's room, one of her guest rooms at her house. Still homeless now. My children were away every Christmas, and this day I was really feeling bad. And I said, I had asked God. I said, "What am I here for? Why'd you make me?" And he asked back to me, "Well, who are you, Tumeki?" And I'm sitting up here like, God, I'm asking you. So I just got upset and went to sleep. And when I woke up, I had to get a piece of paper. And if you're still up here listening to us, take you a sheet of paper. For real. Take you a sheet of paper out. Write a list of things of what you're great at. You're a great hairstylist. You're great with children. You're great with math, English. You're a barber, housekeeper. If you all those things that you're great at. I put fashion, makeup, hair, great mom, great daughter, all this other stuff. But at the end, it was 2 things. I was a great writer. I said, man, I love to speak. And the light bulb came on. Wow, I never get tired of talking. As you can see, we've been up here almost 2 hours. Mm-hmm. That thing that you love to do so much, and people got to make you just stop. You got to fall asleep doing it because you do it so well and it gives you peace of mind. That is that thing. That's your it factor. So I figured that out when I wrote that on a piece of paper. But y'all ain't going to do it because it's so easy. But I promise you, if you're still up here and you're still listening, that question is going to bother you. And it's 2 more questions in this book that I refuse to give you. You just got to download it and read it for yourself. But that question you need to ask yourself, number 1 is, who are you? Mm-hmm. Search that out, because even if you're a success, you can still be successful in your whole purpose. Who wants to do that? So that's why I'm giving the book away. Not that it's not worth anything, because it's $9.99 paperback. $9.99 paperback. But like I said, it's free until March 11th. After that, it's $2.99 for Kindle and $9.99 for paperback. All right, so that's enough about that. And then you can look at my other books as well, on there. But that's all I want to, that's all I want to share tonight. What you got, Fitness King?
Oh, man. Like you were saying, I'm an author as well. So, and you can download Tracy's free ebook, Your Mind's Eye, and she tell you a lot of stuff that's her life experience and stuff like that.
Chris, who is Tracy?
She's my life coach.
You said you can download Tracy's ebook. I know it's getting late.
First of all, we be on these shows for 2-3 hours at a time. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I'm cool with that. You know how much stuff I'm gonna hear me say wrong?
You can download Tumeki ebook. Your mind's eye. Sorry about that. And it's free, and she tell her story in it and stuff like that, and what went on with her life, and that's a great book as well. So it's free. So go ahead and download it. It's free. You don't have to spend no money about it. My book, company book. I wrote this book while working in a warehouse, and I made it funny. It involves corporate and blue collar type work, and I think it's a company book. It takes place in the warehouse. With a lot of different crazy characters, managers, supervisors, crazy employees, police officers in the warehouse coming in and doing stuff inside the warehouse. Mother-in-laws, bullies. This big lady called Big Betty. She's a bully in the warehouse. Who's bullying people. Like Tumeki said, she's a bully. So yeah, but she read my book and stuff like that. So that's a company book out of work as well. Another thing I want to share is I have a blog about learning how to get traffic to your website. If you got a business, get traffic to your website. And my blog is this right here. This should be right here. It's lifesbreakthrough.com. Okay, lifesbreakthrough.com. And if you got a business, you got a website, you would want to look at it. It's free training too. It's a free 14-day course on how to get traffic to your website.
Right.
So, lifesbreakthrough.com. You can get through there on that link right there. So if you want tons of traffic to your website, you want to learn how to do it, take the free course and just go from there.
Amen. All right. It's 9:02.
9:02. Let's go. That's pretty early for us, but let's go. It's 2 hours. It's a great show. Thank you guys for coming. We appreciate. We had a good time, a great time. So thank you guys for everything, for showing up and supporting us and stuff like that. Thank you, Amanda, again. Thank you, Tracy, and thank you, Papa Bear. Thank you, Latanya. Thank you, James, and I think Sarita was on here, and some more people here that joined us. So thank you guys so much. You guys have a blessed night, and we'll see you guys next week as well.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Bless you. You're sneezing.
I'm trying to cut this off.
That grizzly bear behind you.
Let me see. I'm gonna have to go to this other thing now and just stop recording. Hold on, guys. Okay. I have 2 screens on. I'm getting better at this. Okay, let's see. Okay. All right. That's it, you guys. You all have a great night. Love you all. I'm gonna call you, Chris.
Okay.